Hey, we back with another one. Listen, I need help restoring my E30. Why? Let's check it out, man.
Since posting my last YouTube video on the E30, I've been doing so much research on how to fix it, and I have like a few ideas, and I want your guys' opinions, your advice, and just, I don't know, see if I'm being crazy or not. I think I have a pretty good plan, but let's see what you guys think. Starting off with the rear, this like number plate section here, where there's rust on the left and the right, is not an issue at all. There's so many companies who are providing a replacement panel for this. Covers this rust section, covers this, and yeah, and it's really easy. There's a lot of YouTube videos on people that have replaced this section because there's a lot of spot welds like running along the whole back of this as spot welds, and you can actually see like the stitch here where the number plate mounts with the quarter panel, like you can see here. Because they say like cars are just like Legos, so everything's just put together with spot welds and shit, and it's just finding out what bits go with what. Again, another thing that's not an issue and I found replacement panels for is both these like battery section here, that whole square bit you can buy a whole replacement panel for, and the same thing on this side. That whole bottom bit is a whole replacement panel that I can just drill out the spot welds and weld in a new one. Another thing that's not stressing me is that behind the quarter panel there's an inner and an outer arch, and my outer arch is completely fucked. I mean, you can see it like through here. I hope the camera can pick it up for you guys, and it's literally so rusty here. But I can buy a whole outer section of this arch. If when I go to replace it,
that bit is peeling. That bit is peeling, twin. It's peeling off the car. How the fuck the bumper peeling? That's so crazy.
The inner's fucked as well. I can replace it, but either way, there's literally whole outer arch sections that spot weld out, spot weld in. Not an issue. Now this is where I need your opinion, and I haven't made my mind up yet. So it's with the quarter panels. Firstly, I was looking at OEM parts. I like the slim shape of an E30. I don't like them wide bodied, so I was really wanting to keep it like slim on the sides especially. And I really don't want to make it look like an M3, make it look like something it's not. So I was keen on keeping with the OEM quarter panels, not M3. However, BMW's fucked me about. Why they fucked me about is they've stopped the production of the right quarter panel. So that's the driver's side. They don't do it, but for some reason they haven't stopped the production of the left side, which just baffles me.
They've actually stopped the production of left and right.
Oh, left and right.
But the right side was discontinued earlier than the left one, so there's still left ones being sold by resellers.
Okay, so it's less rare.
Yeah.
But the right quarter panel is very rare. Thank you, BMW, for fucking my life up. That means that left quarter panels are available. I've seen some online that I can buy, but the right quarter panel, it was being rare, like you just said.
Right.
Yeah, boss.
Oh, not today. Not today.
Never.
This is not scrap, no.
Fucking scrap your man, mate.
I'm not joking with my Instagram reels. Some guy just came up to me and asked for my car scrap. If I don't know if I posted it yet, but the scrap man thing happens to me. I think it's happened twice this week. There is a company in Latvia that has it available, the right quarter panel.
Again, it's only available on the website.
On the website, and I could call them and ask them, but I came up with another plan, and this is where I need opinions. Option 2, I can buy like sections of the quarter panel, which is OEM. So I can like buy...
Well, it's not OEM, but...
It's not like BMW approved, but it's still the slim...
OEM replacement,
yeah. It's like a slim look. It's not got any wideness to it. It's keeping the nice shape, like the stock shape. So that's... Basically, it's this little section here where I'd have to replace this.
Right.
I think it comes up to like here. So it goes straight across this line and then down to like there.
There's a lot of them. It'd be a lot more sanding to get like the shape between this part and then the new panel I'm putting here. Like getting that body line is going to be a lot of work if I do that option.
Right.
Also a lot of body filler as well.
A lot of body filler, and it doesn't fix my issue here. But doing the option kind of fucks me up here because at the back of the quarter panel I have some issues. So this is the quarter panel that's rusty, and that little like, what do you call it, like a section? Yeah, a section wouldn't cover this.
Yeah.
Basically. This part is the boot, and again, it doesn't cover it because it's not the whole quarter panel, like it's not coming with all this crap. So I'd still have that issue, and it's the same thing on the other side. So I have the same issue. Also, if anyone has an E30, can you send me the section picture, please? That's not rusted, because I actually want to know how it like laps around and how low does this bit go.
So option 1 is original quarter panels if we can find them. It replaces the whole shebang.
Like, yeah, whole shit basically, which is what I need. Option 2 is buy the sections, which basically means a lot more sanding, a lot more pieces to get,
And body lines probably won't be perfect.
Body lines probably wouldn't be perfect. However, it's more readily available. And then my third option is the body kit option. So there's an E30 body kit that I like the look of the body kit. I don't even know what the name is. What do you know?
Quick tuning. Funny enough, also a company in Latvia.
Latvians love their cars.
Yeah. Also a company in Latvia.
That bit looks smooth as fuck. Look at that bit. Oh my. That bit pressure. Look at that skirt. They got a skirt on. They put a skirt on that. Fuck. Bye.
Latvians love their cars. Yeah. So this body kit is more unique. A lot of E30 builds, if they have a body kit, they go for the M-Tech kit. This is the Aero kit. So yeah, more unique, and I like it.
I like this shit too. I like this shit too, bro. Like this way. I feel like this way is pressure. It's just like clean, like it's clean, like for me. It's not like you doing too much. Yes, you doing some. If yet you doing some. I ain't even doing too much. So it's pressure.
But you can run it two different ways. So you can run it with just the Aero kit, which is just a front bumper, rear bumper, and side skirts, and that looks like this. Or you can run it with all of that plus over fenders, which do, number one, make the body lines a bit thicker at the rear.
The front is a whole fender replacement, which you're gonna have to get anyway because both wings were fucked.
But the rear is just like an over fender.
Yeah, so the rear is an over fender that kinda basically only comes down to this line here. So only up to here. So the lower sections here of the quarters, you're still gonna have
an issue.
You're still gonna have to replace with the sections.
This still like curvature bit would still be an issue for me.
Yeah, exactly.
There's real OEM, there's sections, there's body kits, and there's body kits with over fenders. So that's 4 options for sorting out the rear of the car. Yeah, so I'll call Latvia.
You're still gonna have
an issue.
You're still gonna have to replace with the sections.
This still like curvature bit would still be an issue for me.
Yeah, exactly.
There's real OEM, there's sections, there's body kits.
Hey, bro, this shit right here, that shit weird. They want that. Or maybe the color, like, this door is out of place. Like, look at it, the color and this color. Oh, maybe it's that make it look a little weird in the back right here for me.
And there's body kits with over fenders. So that's 4 options for sorting out the rear of the car. Yeah, so I'll call Latvia first before I make a decision. Let's assume right now that when you're watching this, they said no, they don't have it. Please let me know what other option you would do out of the 3.
Yeah.
And don't say scrap it, because I've heard that too much. I don't want negativity in my life. In here, I need to fully strip it. That's for sure. You can't be welding with shit like this in it. It's going to catch fire. Wow. Some of you might want that to happen, but I don't. So I need to like get rid of the sound deadening. I need to get rid of the dash. I've never removed the dash before. I'm scared of wires because it confuses the fuck out of me. But if you're scared at it, you should jump at it because I might become an expert after it. But yeah, this we're going to talk about in a second. But everything else, it just needs clearing completely, sound deadening gone, and wiring gone, and just a clean up. All right. This is a story. So I was originally going to start with the front. I'll tell you what my original plan was, and I'll tell you what my new plan is. I haven't even told you.
You haven't told me?
No, I just like been researching it. So if this guy asks if this car's scrapped. So my original plan was I was going to make a rash decision and buy a whole front end from a scrapyard in Scotland. That's if you're not from UK, that's the other side of the country, 6 hours drive away. And I would have used that whole front end, get off the clean parts of that front end and put it in my dirty front end, basically. But it didn't happen because they were saying they have some kind of thing where they have to cut it in a certain place. Basically, they didn't want me to fully stitch the front end, which is like cut off, say, from here and fully weld the whole thing on, because that's not allowed for their business anyways. Like, it would be bad, basically. I did consider it, I'm not gonna lie. I considered it because it would have been easier. But people say it's just not safe. You can fuck up the alignment. And I guess for the scrapyard themselves that I was dealing with, it was kind of a thing they had to make sure I didn't do. So they were gonna cut it in a weird way that I wasn't happy with.
Yeah, and then they actually got back to us saying how they're gonna cut it.
Exactly.
So they fumbled the sale.
They fumbled the sale. So in the meantime of them doing that stuff, I was looking into actual replacement panels and people who have had the same areas, because these E30s, it does there is a lot of rust, but these rust areas are so common. It happens in every E30 that's not been looked after. They have the same places where there's rust. So on YouTube, which you're kind of watching now, there's a lot of people who have done the same areas that I need to do, basically. This whole L bit, so look from here all the way around to here, that's a whole section I can buy. And that is literally, again, spot welds all along here that I just need to drill out and spot weld back in. So that's not an issue. Right. I was originally really worried about the inner wheel well. Inner wheel well. But they're both rusted to shit. And I was worried that even if I get that replacement L panel, let's call it, the inner arch wouldn't reach it because it's already rusted away. But I saw someone online, they essentially cut above the arch on the arch. They cut above the rust on the arch. Essentially, let's say for this one, it'd be like I'd make a line here and cut that all out. So I'm making no more rust there. Then I would have to sheet metal and make up my own replacement bit where the arch would meet the L panel. Yeah. Essentially. And it is a lot of work, but if I cut it down into sections, so let's say there's a bend here, I'm gonna do this side first, then this side next.
Okay.
Instead of getting a sheet metal and bending it, I don't have the actual bending equipment. The guy I watched online was just, every bend he was just making a new metal sheet, essentially. So that's my plan, and I'm feeling now really good about that area. This left and right section of the engine bay is, it's gonna be a lot. It's fucking doable. I think I'm telling myself that more.
The worst bit of the whole thing, to be honest, is the frame rails. I guess that's the front panel, but if you look at it from underneath,
so you're saying
it's all rusted here, and until we grind away all the fucking seam sealer and all that bullshit, you're actually not going to see how bad it is.
And I actually don't have any idea for that either.
Yeah.
This battery tray here that's rusted, we all know there are so many panels for this as well. I can literally just buy the whole thing, spot weld it out, weld it back in, no dramas.
Whole box section, you can literally see these lines here. This is where it spot welds on. You can see the spot welds on that part, and it's the whole box.
Yeah.
Out. And you in.
Look, you can actually see. Yeah, you're right. All the dents that go across.
Yeah.
They're all
spot welds.
Spot welds that I need to drill out, and then when I get it all off, the whole panel will come off in one piece.
Yep.
And create a good area for me to weld up the new one. Then the A-pillar section, we actually haven't discussed this. I was thinking I could buy a whole new apron and just again follow the spot welds and just do it like that. Because the guy I bought it from, he did provide me with these sections that were here, half sections.
They kind of go from here up to about here.
But if I'm completely honest with you, I really want to avoid cutting areas out that are not spot welded in and out. Purely because one, I feel like it's going to cause more hassle. Two, let's be honest, I'm not expertise. I'm not an expert in this field. So if I can follow the puzzle pieces, let's say, of how the car was put together, it would help me a lot to make the build smoother. But I am concerned about how high up the apron panel comes.
It definitely doesn't come past here.
Yeah. And so basically with areas like this, I will just metal sheet.
Apron